A warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the KBA booth, and welcome to this presentation of the benchmark in the mid-format class, the Rapida106. In the next couple of minutes, you will see technology of which some of you, at least at this precise moment, don't think that it is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Andreas at the feeder, Erdi at the delivery. Let her roll. Let's start at the feeder, ladies and gentlemen. The feeder sets the format automatically. There is no make-ready processes involved anymore. You save make-ready times. We have a sensoric infeed here. There is no side lay, no side guide. Instead, a sensor reads the position of each and every sheet, tells it to the gripper bar. The gripper bar adjusts the sheet very, very fast while handing it over to the first transfer drum. Again, saves you a lot of make-ready time, no side lay anymore, and more importantly, this is the base for speed. Having no side lay means we can run faster, and you will see that. Right now we are running at 15,000 sheets per hour. First job is about 400 sheets. No, it's not about, it's exactly 400 sheets. The Rapida knows when she has reached the number of good sheets, and then she'll stop and go into the job change. As you can see, we are now printing in perfecting mode, four colors plus coating over 4 colors plus coating. Each and every sheet is checked for quality. There's a camera for color density measurement, also register. Both is checked, both is adjusted during full production, and also the the PDF, the original PDF can be compared to each and every sheet, so you can check the quality. Ladies and gentlemen, we do now go into the first job change, and we do that with a system called Drivetronic SPC. Drivetronic SPC means fully automatic plate change, but more than that, it means simultaneous fully automatic plate change. Now, how long does it take to change 8 plates on 8 printing units? Your best guess? No guess? I'm telling you, it's 50 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 50 seconds for changing 8 plates at this machine. And it would be 80 seconds, it would be 50 seconds if it was longer than 8 printing units. And it can get pretty long, in fact. They just sold one, or just built one in Switzerland that has 19 units. Pretty impressive machine. And the Swiss guys said, well, we don't have level ground. There is mountains everywhere. If it's so long, have you considered that you have to build it like this? Now, ladies and gentlemen, plate changing cycle, and at the same time we could be washing the blankets, yet we are not, because there's also a system installed. It's called clean printing. Clean printing means when the Rapida has reached the preset number of good copies of the job, when she stops, she takes another 10 or 15 sheets, and with those takes the ink off the blankets. So you don't have to wash. And it works, as you will see, when we start the next job. First copy, you will get that straight out of the press, and you can see it works. It works especially beautiful with short jobs. Of course, eventually you have to wash every now and then, but you can save a lot of washing processes, which means you save a lot of time. Now, at the same time, speaking of which, the Rapida changes the plate. At the same time, she also identifies the plates with a system called Plate Ident. Plate Ident helps you not just to helps her not just to identify the plates. And for some reason, the computer gives me the wrong graphic, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to explain that to you anyway. Drivetronic Plate Ident, ladies and gentlemen, recognizes the plates. Here we go. Recognizes the plates and pre-registers the plates. So with the first pull, you already have a good copy. As you can see, we start printing again. With the first pull, you already get a perfect register. And as you can see right there, there's those little marks. She pre-registers the plates. She also checks for plausibilities, our little Rapida. She knows whether you got the right color plate, where you got the right language version, and if you put in the wrong plate, she would tell you she would not print. Now look at the speed. We are printing at 18,000 sheets per hour. And we are in perfecting mode. We have a perfecting unit installed here with the speed package. 18,000 sheets per hour. Here's the next sheet. And ladies and gentlemen, we could go up to even 20,000 without a perfecting unit. In a straight printing machine, 20,000 sheets per hour. This baby here is fully designed for performance. Hi Frank, what are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, he's sitting on the perfecting unit, and that brings me to the perfecting unit because this is something we want to change right now. As you can see, we're heading into the next job change, and the next job will be a straight job. So we will switch off the perfecting unit. As you can see, this is our new perfecting unit, 3-drum system. It can handle substrates from 0.04 to 0.8 millimeters. The sheets in there run on an air cushion, contact-free for perfect quality. At the same time, right now, we are washing the blankets to show you that those processes work simultaneously. We're washing the blankets and we are changing plates. And we do not just wash the blankets, we also wash the impression cylinder. And we do that in the same time with a system called Cleantronic Synchro. You can see that on the right-hand side, we have, instead of one washing bar, as you can see on the left, that's the normal system, one washing bar, we have 2 washing bars. That means we can wash the impression cylinder and the blankets at the same time, which saves you a lot of make-ready time. And at the same time, as you can see, we're changing the blankets. And we do that right here, because we will print only there on the first 4 printing units in a moment, and I'll tell you why. But before we do that, a few more words about doing things simultaneously. We could also change the coating form at the same time. We don't do this during this presentation. We do it in the large format, which is even more impressive because it takes a little more than a minute to change the coating form. It's almost automatic. As you can see in the video, the machine brings out the old coating form, the printer takes it, puts in the new one, and it's being pulled in and clamped automatically afterwards. Saves a lot of time, about 1 minute for the coating form change. You could do that simultaneous to the other make-ready processes, but you could even do it during full production. It's another thing we show you on the 145 right over there. You can change the coating form during full production here on the 106 just as well. And speaking about coating, we have a fully automatic analog roller change system in the coater here. There's 3 analog rollers in a magazine, and depending on what kind of analog roller you need, the Rapida automatically selects the one you chose and puts it into action. There is no handler, there is no manual processes involved, there is no crane, as you can see, and it only takes a few moments. Everything is done fully automatic. Now, I told you we're going to do something special now. We will print the next job on the first 4 printing units, and while we are printing, we're going to make ready the next job on those printing units during full production. And afterwards, during full production, we're going to change from that job to that job. The Rapida knows she has to print 400 copies of that job. At the same time, she'll make herself ready, and then she'll stop printing there and start printing the next 400 sheets there. This is going to happen with a system that is called the flying job change. If you have a Rapida equipped with Drivetronic SPC, you can see the yellow printing units, they are offline, and as the animation shows you, they are changing the plates. They could also wash the blankets at the same time while the other printing units are printing. And this is something that we're going to do in just a moment. Now, while we are still changing the perfecting unit, the entire process right now, by the way, as I said, is changing the perfecting units from perfecting mode into straight mode, and also washing the blankets. That's what we just did, and wash the cylinders and change the plates. The whole process takes about 3.5 minutes to change this 4/4 machine into a straight printing 4-color machine, and wash and change the plates. Takes about 3.5 minutes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done there. One more word about the dryer while we are waiting for her to finish. In here is a new system called Dryer Blue. The dryer has 3 modules, and the heated air in the first 2 modules is not yet saturated with moisture, so it can be used again, and that's what the engineers did. They used the air again in the 3rd module, so you don't have to heat additional air for the 3rd module. You save energy, and that's a 50% energy saving. Compared to a conventional dryer, almost 50% of the energy is saved. In other words, you need about 50% of the energy that it used to take. Now, okay, we're ramping up productions, ladies and gentlemen. We're ramping up the production, and if you're standing close here, you will hear that we are printing here. We are not printing here. And now the camera, where's Stevie? Come on. You can see, while we are producing, the old plate is already out. New plate is being pulled in a moment. We could, of course, also wash the blankets and cylinder, but since we just did that, we don't have to do it again. And we could make ready the coater if we wanted to. All these things can be done simultaneously during full production. You can see new plate is being drawn in. It's going to be clamped. We're running at 15,000 sheets per hour, full production. Now it's being clamped, and now we have to go to the paper. Come on. In a moment, ladies and gentlemen, the Rapida will have printed 400 good copies. She will stop automatically, but she will not slow down. Instead, she will just stop taking new paper for about 15 or 20 seconds. And that is going to happen in a moment. You look at the live picture from the feeder. There we go. Now she stops taking paper, and she'll see she'll not slow down. She'll stay at the roughly 12,000 rounds per hour, disengage those printing units, engage those printing units. 12,000 rounds per hour. We're not stopping. And in a moment, as I said, 10, 15 seconds altogether, she'll take new paper. And here we go. Look at the live picture, and there's the paper. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen closely, it's not printing here. And we will come. And it's printing here. You hear it here. Ladies and gentlemen, flying job change. And you could do that to and fro. Now, next thing we could do, we could prepare the next job here and print there. To and fro. That's the printing press that never stops, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's be realistic. You got to stop eventually. You got to take the dust off. You got to wash it 2, 3, 4 times a day, depending on your substrate. But if you want it, you get the printing press that never stops. Thank you very much for your attention.